beautiful souls. I hope everybody's doing well wherever you're at. Whenever you get this message could be for you. Um, I have my other phone here. I just try to start the live. I wait for some of you guys to get in. Welcome into my space. I welcome you guys here to my space. I'm at a park, a national park right now. I want to talk about something, so I wait for some of you guys to come in. If out there, if not, whenever you get this, right? I want to talk about women, feminism as far as women, right? We are like an afterthought, right? And we see this a lot in the biblical text. And this was Western way, okay, a Western way of colonialism thinking, and how women came from a rib, right? And we need to look at this concept different. Feminism in whole, okay? In many countries, I'm in the Western world, okay? I'm in the United States. So we got a lot of our ways from the British, okay? And the way we see women in general, the feminine women, the divine feminine women, okay? And the breakdown of the divine feminine woman, okay? Many women were healers, okay? Many women played a very important role in life itself, okay? Women, okay? When I do reads, the structure of the feminine women, the divine woman, is very interesting. The structure that we have been taught for so long has been a lie, okay? The reason why I say that is because if you look at, let's go to scripture, right? If any of you guys have read a Bible out here, any kind of Bible, okay? Muslim, Orthodox, Catholic, uh, any kind of Bibles they have out here, the woman is not important in ways they should be, okay? And it's interesting because I have friends in Africa, and I truly believe this is a colonialized way of thinking. I was talking to my friend in Africa, and it's so interesting the roles the Africans play, okay? Like the men do hair in Africa, the men do nails in Africa, okay? It's very interesting. The dynamic of the family structure, okay? And a lot of us, it depends on what background you come from. The women are what holds the family together, okay? They are the matriarch of the family, is the woman, okay? The divine feminine, okay? A lot of us see this with our grandmoms, our great grandmothers, our mothers, our aunts, our cousins. But we got it wrong. It's wrong, okay? And I brought some cards, okay? This is an astropath tarot deck, okay? And I want to say something. The divine feminine woman, it's interesting how they try to break down the divine feminine woman itself, okay? And what I see a lot of times is mostly in African American women, Hispanic women, women that are not Caucasian, okay? It's interesting, and a lot of people put religious views into the dynamic of the woman itself, okay? And there's actually books about women, okay? Mary, okay? There's a couple books that are Lilith, okay? That was taken out of the text, the scripture, okay? The reason why it was taken out is because they don't want you to know the truth, okay? About the feminine, the divine feminine, okay? because the divine feminine is very powerful. Okay, a lot of us carry that divine feminine energy, and the way I see the Western concept, or the colonized concept, is totally wrong. Okay, and I'm gonna explain why. I just feel like it was indoctrined to us, because women were, just think about it. The women that are in your life, right? The women that in my life, okay? They have made me, they had molded me into who I am today. Um, and I really feel like they're trying to break down the divine feminine itself, the structure of the divine feminine, okay? And this will happen over time, okay? This is a colonial mindset, okay? Also, it's not just colonial, it's a Western mindset, okay? Because I don't know how it is in Europe, okay? I've never been to Europe. Even Africa is different, okay? A lot of people go to the women for certain things, okay? The women over there hold more weight than the men do, okay? If that makes sense. But in America, we were taught from the biblical text that the woman came from the rib, okay? I don't believe that's true, okay? I don't believe it's true. I'm calling on all my ancestors, show me what I need to see, past, present, and future. The divine feminine women, the divine feminine energy. I just feel like, and I've seen this in a lot of people that I do reads on, the breakdown of the divine feminine energy, okay? And it's like the women in America, okay, the breakdown of the family structure, okay? And what I see with a lot of African American women is, when I do readings and stuff, the structure of the family, is a trauma based structure, and this is with any Spanish, whites, but mostly with African Americans, and mostly with Hispanic women. There is a breakdown that has happened over generation, over generation, over generation, and over time, as the feminine itself, okay? They're trying to push their agendas on us, and it's crazy, because yes, a man is the foundation of the home, right? But so is the woman, okay? The man and woman are equal, okay? There's no one above, there's nobody above each other, okay? They are both equally, okay, yoked, okay? Equally yoked. And I feel like this has been brought down and taught to us, especially with Hispanic culture. The women are supposed to be submissive and quiet and follow the husband's lead, even in the African cultures. But it's more of not like, oh, you have to be submissive. It's more like it's a respect, okay? A respect for each other, okay? Respect for the man, respect for the woman, okay? It's a give and take, okay? An equal give and take, okay? But what I see, I see this is the breakdown, and this has been generations and generations and generations of the structure of families being broken down, right? And not just broken down on a spiritual, but physically and mentally, breaking down. And a lot of that comes from trauma, okay? So trauma is passed down over time, and it changes the dynamic of the family structure, okay? And we can't really live in our trauma, okay? A lot of people tend to live in a trauma-based mindset. And when you live in a trauma-based mindset, spiritually, physically, and mentally, you will be stuck, okay? Stuck energetically, okay? You won't grow spiritually, you won't grow mentally, and you won't grow physically. Your subconscious, your unconscious, and your spirituality, okay? You're gonna be stuck, okay? You have to be comfortable and the skin you're in. Okay. Um, and if you are that feminine, the divine feminine, what I mean divine is you are that feminine energy. You carry that feminine energy. You are that woman. You're not that man. You are a woman. You need to walk in that essence and embrace that. Okay. And I see it. There's definitely a breakdown, and and this is has been because we've been colonized, and we have been taught the Western concept of colonialism. Okay, because if you look at many different cultures, it's not. It's the women and men are equally yoked. They're both. It's a give and take, and there's a respect there. Okay. And in the biblical text, if you read different biblical texts, like if you read the Quran, if you read the Orthodox, which I have read the Orthodox, I have read the Quran, okay, and other books, the Catholic, the Bible, the Old Testament, New Testament, the women are perceived to be less than what they really are. Okay, if this makes sense. And there is biblical text of accounts of women that are actually books of Mary. Mary was in a book. Okay, Mary was in a book. There's a book of Mary. There's not just a book of Mary. There's a book of Lilith, a book of Esther. Okay, there's many books of women that's not in the biblical text. So my question is, why were these scriptures taken out? Okay, I'm going to tell you why the scriptures were taken out. Because I feel like psychically, and this is what I'm picking up on, they want to indoctrinate our minds, our children's minds, our grandchildren's minds, that a woman does not have the enough. A woman is less than a man, and that's not true. Okay, a woman is equally yoked. Okay, so I'm going to just pull one card from this deck for right now and see what we get. It's interesting. So this is interesting because I have well, I'm gonna say the one card that I have. I have the Four of Cups. Okay. Now it's interesting when you see this Four of Cups. This is the Astropath Tarot deck. Okay. This is interesting, right? When when you think of the Four Cups, that means like you had four opportunities. Okay. Past, present, and future, right? So this could be over four lifetimes, 4 decades. I don't know. Okay. But there was decisions, and it's interesting because you see that purple. Okay. When we see purple, when I see purple, purple was worn by people that were royalty. Okay. Kings and queens and stuff like that. So somewhere, 1333, somewhere, this Western society, this Western colonial ways, okay, they had to make decisions, okay, and the decisions were, and you can see that he's wearing this necklace. This is very interesting, okay, so this is royalty, okay, somebody with a lot of royalty, a robe. That purple robe is very significant. That shows me that this was written by people that wanted to suppress the feminine energy, the divine feminine women. And this is going on today, and it will continue going on. Will continue going on. But what I'm seeing here is somebody in a purple robe. So this is very interesting. This is royalty, okay? So the colonial way, the Western way, the British way, okay, had something to do with the biblical text itself, okay? Writing, okay, the Bible, if we look at the Bible itself, it's stories of people that once lived here, right? So we have the book of Enoch, okay? We have the book of James. We have the book of Peter. We have the book of um, Isaiah. Okay. We have many books, right? Many accounts, many stories, right? Now they're all giving their story from their perspective, their objective. Okay. So what this is showing me with this Four of Cups is it's interesting because it also reminds me of the chalice. Okay, the chalice, or the Holy Grail itself. Okay, and you see how this cup is bigger than all the other cups. Okay, so this would be the feminine energy, and this would be the divine masculine energy. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is very interesting. Um, I feel like things were written to downplay the feminine energy. Okay, this is what I feel. Okay, over societies and over time. Okay, this is many societies and many times. Okay, there was decisions that had to be made, right? So the decision as far as the biblical text is they had to take out these books because let's see why. I feel like because the truth, when we find out the real truth, it's going to be very interesting. And I'm going to pull this card because it's the Three of Cups too, and it looks like Adam and Eve, right? With the cups, right? And they have choices here, right? When man was created, right? They made Adam and Eve, right? And then you have somebody here that is a king, and we're in the purple again, right? So I feel like with this, so this is like what I'm seeing is over time they have change and manipulate. And one thing you don't do is you don't add or subtract anything from the actual truth, okay? Because when you add okay, the thing is when you add from the Bible, okay, because the Bible was written by man, okay, to colonialize our mind mentally, right, with this religious, because religion is a cult if you think about it, right? So they how they did it over time it happened over time, okay, generation over generation over generation. It took many lifetimes, okay. The concept of even Yeshua, okay, because he was actually married, you guys, okay. That's what I'm seeing, okay. He was actually married to Mary, the Mary that they call that was the prostitute. There is the Book of Mary. And her bloodline, if you ever see the movie The Da Vinci Code, her bloodline is still here. It's interesting too. Hold on. This is just okay. This is just extra cards about this. So this is sacred knowledge with the Ace of Sacred Circles. Okay. Okay, it kind of looks like the Menacent Wheel, right? I'll show you guys this. The Ace of a Sacred Circle. Okay, this is old knowledge. Okay, that they don't want us to have. Okay, this is many lifetimes. It's interesting. The Northern Stars there. So it's a sacred circle. So sacred means sacred knowledge. Okay, sacred knowledge that we're not supposed to have, but we have it. Okay, we're full aware of. There was a Mary and there was a Yeshua. Okay, they were married. There is a Book of Mary. Okay, if you don't believe me, you can Google the Book of Mary. Okay, and then they depict Mary as a prostitute. But was Mary really a prostitute? I don't believe she was. Okay, so this information was never supposed to get out. Okay, this sacred circle, the Ace of Sacred Circle. This information was never supposed to get out. Okay. Now it's interesting when stories are passed down generations, right? So what I'm seeing is Yeshua, and which some of you guys call him Jesus. That is, if you look at Greek mythology, that is a god in Greek mythology. Okay, so his name was not Jesus. His name was Yeshua. Yeshua. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is there was a Mary. Okay, and Mary was the wife of Yeshua. Okay, so people debate all the time where they actually originated from. Okay, the story has been passed down from generation to generation. So there is some truth is the biblical text, and then there's a lot of lies in the biblical text. Okay, and the thing is, you have to figure this out in your spiritual journey, because you can be fed a lot of lies out here with the biblical text. You guys, I remember when I was going to the Orthodox Church, and the men would sit on one side and the women would sit on another side. Uh, it's a like from people from Arabic. It's an Arabic thing. Okay, so this was sacred. This was sacred knowledge. And a lot of us are getting fully aware of the truth out here. Okay, we're waking up to our ancestor knowledge and sacred knowledge. The ace of sacred circle. Okay, the circle, if you look at it, is the will, right? The will of knowledge. Okay, sacred knowledge. It wasn't supposed to be, we weren't supposed to have this knowledge. Okay, but I'm telling you. Okay, look at this. I can't even make this up. Can't even make this up, you guys. You guys just see me grab this deck. The Empress. Okay, the Empress is that divine feminine that I'm talking about today. Okay, the Empress is the divine feminine. When you think of the Empress, this divine feminine, okay, it's interesting. The will of knowledge, yes, the will of knowledge. Okay, the will of knowledge, and that's what it is, the will of knowledge. Woo! The will of knowledge. It definitely is the will of knowledge. This Empress, when you look at an Empress in tarot, because tarot means Torah, okay, the Kabbalah, I can go in deep with this. It's esoteric knowledge, okay. The Empress card is the feminine energy, divine feminine energy, okay. She holds the wisdom and the knowledge, right? Just like the divine feminine, if it was the Emperor card, okay. This is why I say I see this a lot of time when I do reads for women of African American descent. They have been broke down so much where they live in that trauma mentality and that victim mentality, okay. But it is that will of knowledge of knowing who your thyself is, or yourself is, okay. Okay, so with this Empress card is interesting, because you see the divine feminine sign here, right? And she's sitting on this chair and she's fertile, okay? Because the divine feminine is always fertile, okay? In many ways, okay? Not just of having babies. Fertile in knowledge, fertile in wisdom, fertile in understanding, okay? Many lifetimes of wisdom, knowledge, okay? And she's sitting there because she knows who she is. She's sitting on that throne because she knows she's that divine feminine. She is the feminine. She is it, okay? Don't get it fooled, okay? Now, it's interesting because when, I also got the Queen of Saves, okay? Let's look at this. Look at this feminine energy that I'm pulling. All this feminine energy I'm pulling today, okay? Look at this. The Queen of Saves. And they're both holding wands, if you notice that, right? These wands are wands, okay? If you look at the Kemet, the Egyptian, okay, the wands were used, right, for authoritative, right, responsibilities. And these women were held in high honor. The feminine, the divine feminine, okay, were held in high honor. And the element of water is releasing, right? See, I do a lot of reads, and there's a lot of women, and it's interesting because if you look at this woman, she looks African, and this woman looks Spanish, right? And there's Spanish music playing, okay? So the breakdown of the divine feminine is really wrong. It's colonialized us as to that we are weak and we are less than. And a lot of times women live this whole life believing that the men are more superior than the men are more superior than the woman is in the house, okay, in the marriage. But it's an equal give and take here, okay. Now I'm feeling like it's interesting that I got these two beautiful queens, okay, because they are fertile, okay, in many ways. Not just with, when you have the Empress, you think of fertility, right? Yeah, fertility. They bring life into this world, right? They bring breath. They bring prana, okay? They bring a lot of stuff, just not just fertility. They bring knowledge and wisdom, okay? Lots of wisdom. And behind her is the pyramids. So during the time of, even in Egypt, the women were looked at in high honor like the men. And it's interesting, they're both wearing white garments, okay? White was worn for spiritual women, healers. Okay, healers, true healers. They wore white, okay? And women were prosecuted because they were healers, okay? So this is showing me that women need to stand in their divine feminine energy, okay, you guys? And the wheel of knowledge is here. The Ace of Sacred Circles, okay? Because we have to live in our divine feminine of who we are, the essence of who we are, the truth of who we are, okay? We need to embrace that and live in that, walk in that, speak in that, act in that, okay? Let's get one more card. I said one card and I pulled out. I'm going to show you guys all these cards. So there came a time, past, present, and future, where there was a decision that a man had to make. A man of royalty. Okay? And it's interesting that the color purple is not just royalty. The color purple is in the Catholic Church. So the Catholic Church had to make a decision, okay, to take these books and these scriptures of written accounts of people's lives that once lived out of the biblical text. Okay? It's hidden. Okay? It's hidden. Hold on, you guys. So a man of royalty, of Catholic faith, okay, with a robe, had to make this decision. Okay? Had to take the books out of Mary, had to take the books out of Esther, had to take, because some Bibles don't even have it. If you read the Quran, it don't talk about no women. It talks about how women have to be submissive. Okay, there was a decision. Okay, with the Three of Cups. There was 3 cups offered, right? So this could be 3 children, okay, that these Adam and Eve, if that's what you want to look at it, or if you want to look at it as Yeshua, and Mary. Okay? They hold the cups. They had to make choices, okay? They might have had 3 children. Or 4 children. I don't know, okay? But this is sacred. These women are holding the wisdom, the knowledge, the Ankh. Okay, these were healers, spiritual women. See, look at this. Woo! The moon card. Okay, when we see the moon card, we think of what's not in front of us, not something that's not revealed, but it is revealed. Okay, it's not hidden anymore. Okay, the truth is coming out about a lot of things, and this is over time. And in this moon, you actually see her. She's weaving her destiny, right? Entwined with her destiny. Okay, a lot of knowledge, that gray hair, the wisdom. Okay, over time. Okay, and I feel like there was also some kind of communication, and this could be for, I don't know why I'm getting this, you guys, psychically. I call it psychic Tourette's. With Native women, through when they used to weave, like, look at her, taught generation to generation. True knowledge, okay? And what happens is the sun, the truth is revealed, okay? And then we have judgment is happening right now. Okay, judgment. Because we've been lied to. Okay? Judgment on who? The world. Okay? See, she's pulling herself out. This is herself. This is the feminine, right? She's seeing herself and she's pulling herself out of that dark space. Okay? Because we should not be in that dark space as divine feminines. Okay? We should embrace who we are. Okay? Over lifetimes. Okay? I'm going to pull one more card and then I'm going to show you guys the cards. This is the Astral Path Tarot. Thank you guys for joining me. The Wheel of Knowledge is here. So I'm going to show you guys the cards. Judgment. The world as we know it. The sun with the information coming out. Many lifetimes. Okay? What was hidden is revealed. In many cultures, they pass this knowledge down, and also is sacred, a sacred will. Okay, so they even, if you think about tarot cards are a way that the many cultures will even share religion. Okay, because tarot is Torah. Okay. I never studied the Kabbalah, but by doing the cards, because I normally do shells, it brought me to Kabbalah and it brought me to the Torah itself on my spiritual journey. And I have no learning of the Torah or the Kabbalah. Okay? The 4 cups, 3 cups, and these are women with wisdom, knowledge that was passed down. Some people believe that in the book of Mary, if you ever read the book of Mary, which is not revealed to us, the church has it. I don't even know if it's available to read, but what I'm saying is there is a book of Mary, there is a book of Lilith, there is a book of different women that have been taken out. And the reason why it's been taken out is because they don't want us to know the truth about the divine feminine women that we are. Okay? We're fertile in many ways. We're equal to the men, the divine masculine. Okay? All right, one more card. The Wheel of Knowledge. Thank you, your jet. The Emperor. So, this is what I'm telling you guys. Woo. There's equal. They're equal. When you think of the emperor, you think of authority, right? Um, Stability, right? But they both give that energy, okay? They're equally yoked or equally counterpart, right? There's a give and take, right? So a woman should be respected and a man should be respected in all ways, okay? And then here we have the Hierophant, which the Hierophant is just higher knowledge, higher wisdom, of knowing the truth of who we actually are, the divine feminine. And it's interesting that she's sitting in a higher position, okay? Because women were looked at and still looked at as healers, true healers, okay? Healers, okay? The beginning of time, right? There was a man and a woman, okay? They were not made from a rib. Sorry to say that, okay? So all these women were wearing white. They were the healers, okay? They were the healers that in some society, the Catholic Church, because I do see the Crusaders here with that red sign, that used to go around, okay, and punish people for their ways, their healing ways, their plant ways, understanding plants, understanding how to heal people, and they were crucified by churches. Okay, higher learning, the Hierophant, higher education and a higher learning of knowledge of how to heal people. Okay, look at this card; it's beautiful, beautiful card. The divine sit in that feminine energy. Know who you are. Know thyself. Right. Love yourself. Embrace yourself. Love the essence of who you are. Walk in the essence. Talk in the essence. Embody that essence. Okay? I'm going to leave it there and shot this and put this on the page. This is just beautiful. This deck is very beautiful. I was drawn to this, you guys. This deck, the Ancestral. Okay? The Wheel of Knowledge is here. Okay? All right? All right, you guys. Thanks for joining me. Below. Things are being revealed that were not revealed to us, that was unseen or hidden. Okay? They are revealed to us. All right, you guys? All right. Love and light. Love and light, you guys.